Hello guys and gals, and welcome. So today we're going to be looking at a very powerful staff for leveling up your character, and that is Ondal's Wisdom. So Ondal's Wisdom is probably not a staff you'd ever really use. It has some nice stats on it, but it tends to be overshadowed by a lot of other items like spirits, Oculuses, Heart of the Oak. There is just a lot of various items throughout the game which will overshadow this. For instance, a pair of spirits will have +2 to skills and 35% faster cast each, which is definitely better than +4 to all skills and 45% faster cast by itself. Although this weapon does have some rather interesting abilities, and we'll go over those together. So right off the bat, you see the +4 to skills on this thing, and it does vary between 2 to 4. So don't get too excited. A lot of the times you're going to find this, and it's not going to be in the best shape. But +4 to all skills is the highest that it could possibly roll. You notice that it has a relatively low strength and dex requirement, as most staffs do, and the level requirement is level 66, which is fine, because by the time you actually need this, you're going to be much higher level than level 66. We've got 45% faster cast, which of course is always nice to have on a staff, 550 defense, which does vary from 450 to 550. It's just a massive bump to your defense. There's just a flat defense effect. The only other item in the game that has plus defense I actually just covered, which is the Rib Cracker. And the Rib Cracker is a lot higher than this. We have +50 to energy, which is a pretty massive amount of energy, but it only equates to about, I think it's 100 or so actual mana. In fact, if I take this off and put it on, you'll see it's 8,072 to 8,172. So interesting. We also got magic damage reduced by 8, which is always nice to have on items. It does vary from 5 to 8, and I forgot to say that the energy also varies from 40 to 50. Then we also have 50% damage to undead because this is a staff, and the real moneymaker here is that it spawns with a 5% experience gained effect. Now this particular staff tends to be used specifically for getting a character from a very high level, like level 97 to 98 or level 98 to 99. The problem is that when you get to these extremely high levels, the penalties are just so severe that the amount of EXP that you get is next to nothing. And it gets to the point where eventually you have to use experience bonus equipment to be able to enhance the amount of EXP that you're gaining. And there is not very many EXP bonus items in the game. In fact, I believe the only two are the Annihilus Charm, which has a 10% bonus, and Ondal's Wisdom, which has a 5%. So if you were theoretically running both an Annihilus Charm and an Ondal's, you would get 10% or 15% bonus to your experience, which is not bad. Now, if you happen to find an Ondal's in its ethereal form, it's still going to have the 5% experience bonus, and I doubt you're going to run around whacking things to reduce the durability, so it's still viable as an experience bonus item. And even if you were going to use it as a staff, it's still viable as a staff because sorceresses also don't go around doing the bonkening. Now, I have heard some rumors, and I don't exactly know whether this is true or not, but I feel like I should talk about it nonetheless. And that is that Ondal's Wisdom and Annihilus Charm apparently steal EXP from other players. Now, I don't know 100% if this is the truth, but apparently you can test this by going into a game, killing a monster, checking the EXP it gives, putting on the Ondal staff, checking the EXP it gives, and you'll notice that it boosts up. Then you have a second player in the game who is there checking his EXP when you kill the monsters, and apparently it doesn't average out like it's supposed to. Apparently the other player gets far less than what they should be getting. 5% less, in fact. Now, I have also heard that this rumor has a caveat, which is basically that if the number of users in the game with an Ondal staff is an odd number, then there is an odd man out. However, if the number of users in the game is an even number, then it evens out and the EXP is not taken from anyone. In fact, from what I've seen, as long as you have multiple people with Ondal's Wisdom, as opposed to just simply one, it doesn't really reduce the EXP by that much. But hear me out on this because I really want to talk about this just a little bit. It's really not as bad as you think. Taking away 5% EXP from a person who's leveling up, who's a relatively low level, is nothing. That 5% EXP that the level 98 gets, that is trying to get to level 99, is a huge deal. It might take that person 4,000 Bale runs to get his level. And the Ondal's Wisdom is going to cut a small, very small percent off of that. If he's running an Annihilus Charm and an Ondal's, he's going to have, a little bit less runs to do. And the really sad thing is that when you are that high of a level and you die, it is a huge setback to the amount of EXP that you've got. So I wouldn't be too mad at someone who's like level 97 or level 98 or level 99 who's running an Ondal's Wisdom, because let me tell you, the amount of EXP that is required to get from level 97 to 98 and 98 to 99 is massive. And the penalties that they receive for all the EXP is absolutely egregious. Egregious, I believe is the word. If I can pull this up real quick, I'm going to show you guys. So give me just a second here. All right, so here we go. I've got the numbers, and I'm going to read them off to you. So at level 69, you get 100% of whatever EXP that you kill. So if you kill a monster from level 69, or level 1 to 69, and you're in the correct zone, you will get 100% of the EXP that you deserve. When you hit level 70, they start to apply penalties. And the penalties are 95% of your EXP is all you get. So you are penalized essentially, I think it's like 4.7% at level 70. Well, every level that you go up past level 70, they take away a huge chunk of your EXP. At level 71, it's 90. At level 72, it's 85%. At level 73, it's 81%. At 74, it's 76%, and so forth and so on. And by the time you hit level 90, you're only getting about 5% of the EXP, or almost 6%. Let's round it up. It's about 6% of the EXP that you actually deserve. So when you kill a monster, if the monster is giving you 100 EXP, at a level 90 character, you're only getting like 6 of the 100, which is absolutely terrible. At level 95, you only get 1.4%, 1.46% of the EXP. At level 97, you get 0.078 of the EXP, which is just, you're literally not even at a full percent anymore. And at level 98, which is the hardest level, you get 0.59. So 0.59 of the EXP that comes in, which means that a huge, whopping 98.41% of all the EXP that you gain at level 98 is just poofed into thin air. And to make matters worse, at level 98, there's really not a lot of monsters that will give you good EXP anymore. You're kind of relegated to the only place left, which is the Bale's Throne Room, which is the highest level monsters you can fight. And Bale himself, which will still give you a decent amount of EXP because Bale is a relatively high level. But Ondal's Wisdom can help you out just a little bit there and make things a little, maybe not let you go insane on the journey up. So when you think about this whole, Ondal's is stealing EXP from other people's thing, be a little courteous to those level 98 players who are slowly going insane from grinding Bale over and over again for the rest of their lives. They don't even have the choice. Like as a level 80 character, you could go do Chaos. You could level up a bit in Act 3 if you wanted to. You could go run River of Flame. You could run around in Act 5 and kill random stuff. You could go into Crystalline Passage or Ancient's Way. But as a level 98 character, there's like only one place left in the game you can level up, and that's Bale's Throne Room. And it's just constant, never-ending Bale's Throne Room, Bale's Throne Room, Bale's Throne Room, Bale's Throne Room, Bale's Throne Room. And eventually, it gets so monotonous and so absolutely crazy that you got to take breaks and go, like, be an actual human being somewhere and come back and start again. And God forbid you die, because it is like I said, it is a absolutely tremendous setback on this. Anyway, if you happen to find an Ondal's Wisdom, definitely something that you can hold on to and trade around. And before we end this video, I'm going to very quickly bring up the treasure class for Diablo, and we're going to look and see where you can obtain Ondal's Wisdom. So if you are particularly looking for Ondal's Wisdom, I'm sure we can figure out where you can find it. So Ondal's Wisdom is a treasure class 75. Treasure class 75 is a relatively high treasure class, but not insane. And if we go to the area level list, we can find out where the levels are that can drop this particular item. So the lowest level that you could possibly be in to find an Ondal's Wisdom would be level 73 area, because the elites will be two levels higher than the area level they are in. But if you are going to a level 73 zone to find Ondals, you're only going to get it from the elites, so do remember that. So it looks to me like Catacombs level 2 in Hell is level 73, but Catacombs level 1 is only level 72, so you wouldn't be able to find it there. Most of Hell difficulty is high enough to drop this item, and it looks like none of Nightmare difficulty is high enough to drop this item. And there are a few areas in Hell difficulty that cannot drop this item, like Outer Cloister, Barracks, the Jail level 1, the Jail level 2, the Jail level 3, so forth and so on. Definitely a lot of zones in Hell that are not going to drop this item. Bloodmoor, for instance, is 67. Stonyfield is 68, so you're not going to see those items here. You got the Cave level 1 is level 77, so it would drop there. Den of Evil, for some reason, is level 79. I don't know why. So as you go forward, it looks like this item is specifically only going to drop in Hell difficulty, so do keep that in mind. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, and keep watching.